That thing ain't sitting level. Good morning. We're gonna watch the Oklahoma sunrise this morning, y'all. How is everyone doing? Dixie, go on, baby. Dixie, go on, baby. No, you ain't getting on the picnic table. You're a pain in the butt, goat. Quit. Quit. Dixie, no. I don't have a circus peanut for you. No, Mama don't have none. Oh, you're a pain. We still ain't got nobody. Maybe there'll be somebody come along soon, huh? Oh, man, it's beautiful out here today. Roosters are hollering. Can't let them out yet, though. The coyotes will get them. No, Dixie, you can't have it. No. It's my cigarette. No. Tell you what, had her down there with the other goats, and S'more was being a butthead to her. He hurt her pretty bad, so she's been out for 2 weeks with us. And oh my God, she's spoiled. Good morning. Don't know who it is, but good morning. How are you this morning? I'm sorry I ain't been on much at night. I've been actually sleeping. Hey, Joe. How are you this morning? I have been sleeping at night, believe it or not. And the air conditioner is gonna kick out. Oh, did you finally get the house sold? Y'all see that fog? Cool. And you're going to Nebraska, right? Or are you going to Kansas? You can tell how hot it is here because the air conditioner's kicking on. Nebraska. Dixie, stop. Dixie, stop. You're a pain in my butt. Oh, you can play with fireworks there, huh? Yeah, we can play with fireworks here in Oklahoma, too. I tell you what, with everything that's been going on in our country, I told Rick, I said, I want a flagpole. He goes, well, you've wanted a flagpole for years. I said, yeah, but now I desperately want one. So when we went, I had to go to Tulsa Was it Monday of last week? Was it Monday of this? Monday of this week. So on our way back, I stopped at Harbor Freight and got me a flagpole. I mounted it and all. I don't know if you can see it. The wind ain't blowing, so it's hot. Yeah, but it just seems like things are getting worse, you know? Look at that fog. We're supposed to have another hot one today. The heat index was 102 here yesterday. Well, it ain't, not always. There's always been something, but it's not been as, things are just getting worse, I guess. I mean, there's always been something, but it's just getting worse. So, I stopped and got me a flagpole because I've wanted one for, oh my God, since before we were together. And I ended up the other day, I stopped and I got me a flagpole. I went in and I purchased me a flagpole and come home and put flags, got it cemented in the ground, and 2 days later I had flags on it. And Moxie grew up on me. She flew away the other day with the other mockingbirds. She hasn't been back yet, so we'll see if she comes back to visit. But she grew up on me. She decided her was a big girl and could spread her wings. So, I have a goat that's being a pain in the butt. I don't know if you'll be able to see her or not. Can you see her? Yeah, it was time to leave the nest. So, oh my gosh, you're a pain. You are a pain. I screwed up this morning. I was eating a circus peanut. So, you know those sugary things? And now, hold on. And I gave her one. And now she thinks, oh, she's gonna give you kisses. Whoop, you fell, didn't you? And now she wants another one. The other day I was sitting out here fixing to light a cigarette. She come up, yanked that cigarette out of my mouth and ate it. She's a little bit spoiled. Look at her. You're a star on YouTube. We're going to call this the Dixie Channel. I got to get this weed eated over here. Everybody must be sleeping this morning. I went to bed at 9 o'clock last night. Got up at 4:40. So how much do you like before you get moved? Good morning, Linda. How are you this morning? Can't see the sunrise now for the fog. You'll be out of there by what? Oh, the 26th. Wow. Well, congratulations on a new chapter in your life, darling. Yeah, I know, honey. But maybe it'll be a lot easier. Aren't your grandbabies in Nebraska? Had to move the phone closer so I could actually see. Oh, wow. Man, it doesn't seem that long ago, does it? But my dad, now see, Peepaw's been gone 8 months now. And my dad's been gone 7 months now. Well, the 14th of this month, Dad'll be gone 7 months. The 17th of October, Peepaw will be gone. On the 17th of this month, he'll be gone 8 months. Yeah, it did. It went by fast. It seems fast for me. It might not have seemed too fast for Joe, but it seemed like it's been just flying by for me. Oh, what I was gonna say, I went to Tulsa Monday for my MRI. I had my follow-up yesterday. Oh, I know, babe. And come to find out, I am a candidate for that radio frequency nerve block. So, it's called genus cellular something nerve block. Good morning. Good morning, Highland Homestead. So I will be going next Thursday to have that done. And he said if that doesn't work, the only other option I'll have is to have a total knee replacement. So, he said I have a lot of arthritis and stuff built up in there that he said we could do ortho and him go and scrape it, but it'd just be back in another year or so. I said I don't want that many. I don't want that many surgeries. I hope it'll work too, because he really don't want to do it right now. He says I'm too young. He said if I was 5 years older, he wouldn't have a problem with it. Because those knees are only guaranteed for like 20 years. So, anyway. So he wishes I was 5 years older. I said I'm always either too old or too young. But we're going to try the nerve block. He said that it could, if all goes as to plan, it will give me 2 years of pain-free in that leg. But I'll have to be very careful because I won't be able to feel nothing from the knee down. Well, from above the knee down. So, he said I just have to be very careful. He said, you know, you can step on a nail and not know it. So, anyway, but if it'll work for 2 years, he said he can go back in 2 years and burn those nerves out again. And that'll get me another 2 years. And he said that'll put me right at the line to where he would do a knee replacement then. So, we shall see. I tell you what, he's wanting out of the chicken house. But right now it's just a little too early to let him out because those coyotes, they're still roaming. But as hot as it is, I might ought to go let them out. I guess it would be kind of like being in an oven in there. Y'all can go with me, let out the chickens. The grass is wet from the dew. There's my little pain in the butt. S'more was being a butthole to her and hurt her pretty bad. She was losing weight, and so we took her out of the pen with the other goats because they were just beating her up something terrible. And she's been sleeping on my porch, y'all. I have goat pills all over my porch. And this morning I was eating a circus peanut. Well, you know, they're just pure sugar. So I gave her one. Oh my God. Talk about a kid at a candy. She's trying to knock me down to get more. Then the other night, I was sitting outside fixing to light me a cigarette. She come up, yanked the cigarette out of my mouth and ate it. She is a mess. Well, the ducks are going to talk to y'all now. You hear them? Mercy. We got the chicken house moved. Y'all get ready for the stampede. Move, Dix. Move, Dix. That's a toe. Good morning. Good morning. Come on, Dix. Oh. I tell you what, I'm going to have problems processing those little white chickens. They are so friendly. Oh. Morning, Jeffrey. And there they go. Instead of going to the pond, they're going to the water trough. Yeah, it's pretty early. I was going to watch the sun come up. I woke up at 4:40 this morning. Oh, crap. Well, the thing of it is with those kind of chickens, you have to, because they get so big, their legs break. And it's just torture on them. So I wish I had a mega garden, girl. But Rick keeps screaming, wait till I get my leg fixed, wait till this, that, and the other. I told him, I said, if it ain't one thing, it's another. I do have some plants going on. I can show you. So I'll take you around. Hunter left his bicycle there. This is more or less my herb garden over here. But I've got, I can't remember what all it is. This is spearmint, comfrey. This is comfrey, deal. I can't remember. I think oregano. Can't remember what that is. And this is chocolate mint. And this is no, don't you, no, Dixie, shit. Oh, come on, Dix. Don't eat my plants. Oh. Then don't look at the weeds next to the house. I got a tomato and sage. I believe that's thyme. I believe that's thyme and a tomato. Rosemary. a tomato, and I don't remember what the other is, but it bolted on me. Oh, cilantro. Or is that sweet? I don't know. And then there's another one. I don't remember what it is. And a tomato. And a tomato, and I believe that's more oregano. My cucumbers have pretty much drowned it out. But these things are going crazy. Look at the flowers. These are my eggplants. That cucumber's doing fairly decent. But anyway, that's pretty much all I got right now. Oh, and I got another big, huge tub of mint over here. It's doing really good. But hopefully things will... Man, I wish that fog would lift so y'all could see the sunrise. Because we do have some beautiful sunrises here. So how's everything been going in y'all's neck of the woods? But anyway, that thing that they're gonna do on my knee, I think it's a fairly new... Yeah, but I don't have any crops. Other than what's in my front there. So I guess that genocellular whatever stuff that they're gonna do to my knee is pretty new. What are you doing up so early, Jeffrey? Must mean it's probably about 6:15 here. Ah, you just woke up. Hey, Wendy. Oh, no. You keep getting your mower stuck. Oh, you always get up fairly early? I went to bed at 9 o'clock last night. I've been going to bed fairly early. The doctor that I went and seen gave me some cream for my knee. And I've been using it on my neuropathy also, and I tell you what, it's been doing pretty good. Darn, I can sleep. I can put that on within 5 minutes. The pain is subsiding. And it's like, where has this stuff been all my life? Oh, man, I know what you mean. I'll show you. We've been getting stuck too. We have been getting stuck too. So much rain. Look at this. Can you see that? We've been getting stuck. It's finally, we've had almost a week now with no rain, and it's finally drying up. My pond, well, you can see where we haven't been able to brush, a lot of people call it bush hog, we call it brush hog. That's because it's so wet there from where my pond was coming up. But my pond, when all that rain kept going on, you see that little cement box? My pond was up to that cement box. And my house is right there. So I could have darn near went to my backyard and went fishing. Yeah, it was more of a lake. And we ended up going down and cutting a trench. We used my tractor and cut a trench at the base of the pond down towards the creek to relieve some of that water so maybe we wouldn't flood out. Good morning, Vi. Well, I think we're supposed to start getting rain again Monday. Oh. Well, I have ruts back there where the water was standing in the backyard. I have the ruts over here. I have a few ruts in the front. I am doing good, honey. How are you? But you walk through our yard and there for a long time, water was ankle deep. You had to go out in your muck boots. Of course, we live in kind of a little area that's kind of made like a bowl. So we get everyone's water. And that little creek, you see that little creek right there? Well, right where you at? Right there. There's a little creek there. That little creek was up past, up past the front end of this tree. That's how deep the water got. And I'll show you, I'll walk down there. You can see how high that creek got. Yeah, that was deep. Could y'all read what my shirt said? It said, I may look calm, but in my head, I've already pecked you 3 times. I love my chicken shirts. Uh, I tell you what, it's getting hot and humid out here already. It's probably already in the 80s. Oh, well, Jeffrey, she's not taking her medications. I couldn't help but laugh yesterday. Okay, her stepdad calls. I'd give anything for it to been a video chat. All right, you take care. He called me. Help, my daughter's gone crazy. She's trying to kill me. She's trying to smash my head. Blah, 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 blah. And you could hear Lacey just screaming and carrying on in the background. Thank you. And I said, John, give Lacey the phone. Lacey went to screaming, I don't want to talk. I said, Lace, talk to Aunt Name. He goes, talk to your aunt. Your aunt wants to talk to you. She said, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. And anyway, finally she gets on the phone. I said, Lacey? She said, yes. She's screaming. I said, I love you. As soon as I said that, she calmed down. She started talking to me. And she said, I gotta get out of here. She said, I wish I'd have never left. I said, well, baby, I'm sorry. Because Rick said, not again. He said, this is 3 times I tried to help, and she's took off every time. He said, we're not doing it again. He said, I love you, but he said, I'll leave if you bring her back. Thank you, honey. You take care. Anyway, because Rick said, you know, I just can't go through that again. He said, and babe, you don't need to go through it again. He said, your heart can't take it. Anyway, her dad goes, that beat anything I ever seen. He said, she no more than heard your voice, and she turned a complete 360. And I said, well, John, I said, you can't scream and yell at her. I said, you just got to talk to her in a calm voice. And I said, she'll calm down. He goes, she was honestly trying to smash my head in. And she goes, well, you're trying to kick me in the pregnant belly, but she's not pregnant. Every time she gets options, she thinks she's pregnant. And she comes up with wild stories. And I told her, I said, Lacey, oh, y'all's mouth better get in on this. I said, Lacey, have you been taking your medicine? She said, when I'm home, I need to start coming home all the time to where you can take your medications. And I said, if not, you need to take your medications with you if you know you're going to be gone. That way, hey, Trine, I said, that way you don't get upset like this. Yes, ma'am. But, I mean, he was calling freaking out. He was screaming and crying that she was trying to kill him. He said, I have never seen anybody. Thank you. He said, I have never seen anybody be able to calm her down like that. And he kept kind of screaming and yelling while I was on the phone. And she goes, will you please shut up? She says, I'm talking to my aunt, which I consider my mom because she's the only mom I really ever had. I don't need y'all's 2 cents. So, anyway, that's how she. And Miss Moxie. Oh, those ducks always do that. If I'm talking, they'll start talking and they get loud. Miss grew up. She flew away with the other mockingbirds. She hasn't come back yet, but hopefully she'll come back one day and visit me. Or he. I didn't ever know if it's a male or female. But hopefully, she asked me, she said, can you get me into low rent apartments? I said, babe, I've been trying, but I told her, I said, all of them around here, you can't have a felony for 7 years. And I said, they won't let you in. Yeah, I need to get up and get in there and start cleaning some more. I dread it. I hate cleaning. I don't mind cleaning outside. I love working outside, but oh my gosh, y'all, I hate working inside. I thought I just heard Moxie. We'll see if it comes down, and we'll know it's her or him, whatever it is. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. That tree's in the way. Whoa. Does that look straight? Well, Rick went, I asked Rick, he asked me what I wanted for Mother's Day, and I said, I'd love to have a weed eater. But I said, I don't want one that's too heavy because it tends to, I don't know, if they're very heavy, they seem to kind of strain where those stents are, if that makes sense. And so he bought me a 80-volt battery operated weed eater that I love. I got to get out here and get to weed eating again. But it'll weed eat for 1 hour, and then you got to charge it for 3. And Rick said, that's perfect. And I said, why? He said, you can be outside 1 hour, and then I know you have to go in for 3. So anyway, so once all the dew is lifted off the ground, I'll get out here and weed eat and then probably start mowing. We have to mow this thing like every 2 days. And it's still just, grows like crazy. So, but since he's home today, we'll probably mow together. That way it won't take near as long to mow as if we're both mowing. We're trying to get all the crap out of the yard. He finally said, we gotta get all these old vehicles out of the yard. And I'm thinking, thank God. Nope, I didn't send it to y'all. Y'all must have prayed for it. Well, our air conditioner, I turned it on about 2 weeks ago. I think Jeffrey must have been out there doing a stomp dance to call the rain. I don't want it either. I tell you what, I've had enough for, well, by the time Monday gets here, I'll be wanting it. I would love to have rain once or twice a week. That's it. But not no several inches at a time. Just a nice, steady, slow rain that'll soak up in the ground. But these pouring 2 and 3 inches at a time is getting to me. Which way is it headed, Jeffrey? I did stop Monday and get me something I've been wanting for a long time. I don't know if you'll be able to see what it is. Can you see it? Got me a flagpole. I got me a flagpole Monday when we went to Tulsa. I dug my hole and set it Wednesday, and then I let it set up for 2 days, and then I put my flags on it yesterday. I'd been wanting a flagpole since before me and Rick ever got married. I just bought me one of the little cheap Harbor Freight ones. Well, I had that flag, oh my gosh, I've had those flags probably 5 years. Still in the package. And when I bought the flagpole, it came with a flag. I didn't know that. But it came with one of those little cheapy nylon I don't know. It wasn't a good flag. That one actually has the embroidered stars and all on it. Oh, yours just mounts on the fence? So, but I told Rick, I said, I want a flagpole. He said, I ain't buying no flagpole. I said, nope, I am. I bought me a flagpole. He goes, well, are you going to put it up? I said, yes, sir, I am. Oh, my flag is just a 3x5. Oh, I know, Trine. That's why I made sure mine was made in the USA. I had to pay more for it. I could have got a little cheapy from China. For about $8. And I ended up spending $30 for that flag about 5 years ago. But the stripes are even sewn together and all that good stuff. But I do have to say the one flag that I have is made in China, but I didn't see a Don't Tread on Me flag made in America. Well, not necessarily. If you look on, well, if you'd have looked on the package, it would have said made in the USA or made in China. Walmart even carries some made in the USA flags. But of course, they're a lot more expensive than the made in China flags. So most people grab the made in China stuff. Oh. I was hoping Moxie would come and visit. She must be out doing her little bird thing. Yep. Even though it's 5 years old, and I just now took it out of the plastic. Yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And I'd bought me a light. I went to Atwoods and bought me what I thought was gonna be. No, he didn't. A spotlight for my flag at night. I bought a solar powered light. Shoot. I could have got as much light out of a blamed Dollar Tree deal as I got out of that thing. You know, when you pay $20 for a stupid light, you're thinking that thing's gonna put out some light. No. But I'm hoping maybe I can get me one of those. Know what's going on. I doubt if they'll let me return it since I'd already put it in the ground. So hopefully I can save up some money and get me one of those that they're solar powered, but they mount on top of the flagpole. They're round. I don't know. I haven't heard from them. But I'm hoping maybe I can, maybe next month, get me one of those lights that mount on top of the flagpole. I hope. And then I'll use it. Hey! Hey, Detroit Prepping, how are you, Roger? Okay. Yeah, it would be nice. That I'll have to wait because the one I was gonna get is about 29 bucks, so I'll have to wait for a while. I'll just wait till next month. I used what extra spending money I had this month on a flagpole. Get it by the 4th? Oh, it won't be here by the 4th. There's no way it'll be here by the 4th. I can wish though, right? Oh. Maybe I can talk Rick into getting me one. Yeah, I'd have to order it from Amazon. They don't have one in McAlester. I looked. Because that's what I was wanting to get instead of that so-called... Oh, thank you, Detroit Prepping. You're so sweet. All right, Trine, you take care. Thank you, Detroit Prepping. I'll get to have a light for my flag. You're so sweet. Oh. So are you still running for office, Roger? Oh, you're so sweet. I'm gonna cry. So when is the, shoot. Darn it. When is y'all's election? Now, are you running for representative? November, okay. Well, honey, I hope you get it. I hope you get it. Cool. I certainly hope you get it, babe. I'll say many, many prayers. Now, I will tell you, if you get it, there's going to be many, many obstacles that you're going to have to fight. Bribery, all sorts of stuff, because I had a friend that he was a representative. And he had to get out of it. He said he was turning into the person he didn't want to be because people were handing him money. Oh, you're welcome. They were handing him money left and right to try to get this passed and try to get that passed. And he said, I was becoming the person I didn't want to be. He said, I had to get out of there. So fair warning, there's some shady people out there that's going to try to bribe you. And well, see, he was poor too. He was raised out here with me. A matter of fact, he was raised 3 miles from me. And he said they were coming at me left and right. And he said, they'd start handing you drinks, and the drunker you'd get, the more poor decisions you would make. And he said, it was getting bad. He said, I had to leave. He said, because I asked him, I said, how come you didn't run no more? And he said, I was becoming the man I didn't want to be. He said, I was becoming a man. I went in there to fight. Yep. He said, I was becoming the man that I went in there to fight. And he said, man, you talk about a slap in the face. He said, that's a rude awakening, So I got to give him credit for coming back and being true to himself. Listen to those birds. Oh, you missed it the other night. I thought I had a camera on. You ought to have been laughing your rear off. I went to sit down to smoke a cigarette. My goat come up and yanked my cigarette out of my mouth and ate it before I could get it lit. So this morning, when I was fixing my coffee, I decided y'all know what those circus peanuts are, right? Those little orange things that ain't nothing but sugar. A fat girl gotta have sweets. Anyway, I was eating me a circus peanut, and I walked out the door, and I had an extra one in my hand. And she come up, and I held that that goat had sugar. Lord Almighty. She was, if you watch the first of this, you'll hear me arguing with her because she was into everything. I mean, she was into everything. She's climbing up on the picnic table. She's looking for more of those circus peanuts. I told her, I said, I only had 2. I gave you 1. Lord. So then she went to trying to eat the phone. When she seen herself on the screen, because I had the camera turned around. She went to trying to eat the phone. She was she was a mess this morning. Yes, she is. She and Rick, he was fighting her the other night after she had stolen my cigarettes. She went to trying to steal his. You go in the house, because she'll get up on the porch. Y'all, I got goat pebbles everywhere. She'll get up on the porch and stand there at the door and cry. The other day I was trying to get in the house. She knocked me backwards and she went in the house, and you'd have thought she was a big dog. She went in the house. She looked around. She walked over by the treadmill, turned around and laid down. I said, no. I said, Dixie, come on. You got to get out of here, and was trying to get her out. Well, she decided she was going to go down in the kitchen. She looked around in the kitchen. I guess she didn't find nothing to eat. She walked out of the kitchen, went down the hallway, looked in Kate's room, looked at Kate sleeping, turned back around, come back, and I was trying to get her collar to pull her out of the door, and she jerked away from me and went and laid down again. So I had to go try to get her up. She was fighting me, so I thought, what have I got? I don't have any animal crackers, because she loves animal crackers. But there was a package of Ritz crackers that had been open for several days, so I got a Ritz cracker out and showed her. She come up there, my gosh, she went to trying to knock me down over the package of Ritz crackers, but I got her out the door. That goat is she's something else. She is spoiled rotten. Y'all hear her? Instead of coming over here where I'm at, she's standing over there crying, thinking I'm in the house. She's something else. Yeah, she does. I was trying not to, Jeffrey, but she knocked me back. I mean, she just pushed me out of the way like I was nothing, and I was like, girl, I'm bigger than you are. And the other day, I took my kids out to eat for their birthday and my mom. I took them all out to eat, tried to get Rick to go with us, and he wouldn't go. So I come home, and he's down in the pasture cutting brush. That goat was with him. She was following him around like a dog. She wouldn't eat the brush as long as the brush was standing up, but as soon as he cut it and went to trying to put it on the trailer, she was pulling it out of the trailer trying to eat it. He said, she won't eat it when it's not cut. He said, the stupid goat. He said, I don't know how many times I had to reload that trailer because she was dragging everything out. Oh, I wish I could have got that on video. But yeah, she was following him around. And as soon as he pulls up, she runs to the truck. She's just like a dog. Oh, well, I guess I might already get in there and see if Mr. Brown's up so I can fix him some breakfast. I've been on here over an hour, y'all. Okay, Roger, thank you for coming. I don't know, Jeffrey. Goats are, love you too. Goats are very strange creatures. They're very strange. They're plumb comical to watch. But they are, how do I explain this? They're the sweetest pain in the butts you'll ever meet. But they're so sweet, but um they're very strange creatures. They do things that don't make a darn bit of sense. They're quite funny. I'll have one more smoke with y'all, and then I'll go into the house and start fixing breakfast for everybody. My hunter honeys is here. Yeah, Rick goes, well, see, I've raised baby goats in the house, but they were in a box. I'll tell you a story about Buttons. Buttons was a little female goat, sweet as she could be. Well, her mama wouldn't accept her, so we had her raising her on a bottle, and I kept her in a box. Well, one day, or one morning, I went in, she was not in her box. I was like, oh my God, where did she go? I was searching the house high and low for Buttons. Could not find that goat anywhere. I was like, oh my God, did one of the dogs kill her and eat her? Because, you know, we had a big old Rottweiler in the house. His name was Zeke. I thought, oh my God, how am I going to explain this to the kids? Well, I go in there and I pull the covers back. Bub and Sis was asleep. They were 3 and 4 at that time, so they slept in a big full-size bed. And I pulled the covers back to get the kids up. That goat had got up in the middle of the night. I guess it got cold. It went in there with the kids and crawled up underneath the blankets. And it was asleep between them babies. I was so happy to see a goat. And then from then on, you could not keep her in the box. And we lived in a house that had a fireplace and all that stuff. And she would run. She would jump on the coffee table, onto the couch, onto the TV, onto the fireplace, and just make a big circle and do it again. I told Rick, I said, you have to get a pen built for this little goat. And of course, he just thought it was funny. I did not think it was that funny. But she was real good. She wouldn't potty in the floor. She always went back to her box and pottied instead of... But she got to where she wouldn't stay in the box. So I guess she thought, if I potty in this thing, I won't have to stay in it. So Rick finally got her a pen built. And I guess she was about a year old, and then the neighbor's dog come down and killed her. It got in a pen and killed all my goats. I had 4 goats, and it got in there and killed all 4 of them. They were the little pygmy goats. That was heartbreaking. Well, needless to say, the neighbor's dog didn't leave the pen, and I had called the neighbor and told him, I said, get down here, get your dog, Rick's gonna kill it. And he just lollygagged around, and I called again. And so I called his dad. I told him, I said, Cecil, I said, please tell Joe to come get his goat or dog. I said, it's killed our goats. And I said, Rick's gonna kill that dog if he don't get down here. Cecil goes, kill the dog. And I said, no, because it was a beautiful husky. And there's no telling how much they'd paid for that dog. And about 45 minutes later, Joe showed up. Well, by 45 minutes, it was too late. Rick had done killed it. And then Joe went to cussing us for killing his dog. And so I told Joe, I said, well, I tell you what, you explain to these kids why they don't have goats no more. And then Joe went to telling people that we killed dogs for no reason and all that shit. And we've never killed a dog for no reason. Never. But we couldn't have their dogs killing our livestock. That's just like when those other 2 dogs come here and killed 15 of my chickens. I didn't kill those dogs. I called the owners, told them come get them. They didn't even offer to pay for the chickens. But I couldn't blame the dogs because the dogs were starved to death. Because Rick said, well, we'll kill them. I said, no. I said, them dogs couldn't help. But I said, look at them. They're skin and bones. I said, they're not feeding them. Them dogs just found an easy meal. I said, it's not the dog's fault. And then the lady had enough nerve to tell me I was being a B word. Because I told her, I said, if the dogs come back again, I will not call next time. Never said I'd kill the dogs. I was going to take the dogs to the shelter where they could find a good home. But it was pitiful. Those dogs were just skin and bones. Good morning, good morning. How are you? Yeah, that's what they needed. I mean, they was eating those chickens, feather and all. I'm doing good, so you know they were starving to death if they was eating the feathers too. Poor things. Oh. Well, this is not getting their breakfast cooked. I hate to call it a day, but I've been on here an hour, almost an hour and a half. So, it was good to see y'all. I will try to be on more often. Oh, I know. Well, this was a couple of years ago that all that happened. Well, the goats was, my gosh, Bub and Sis was 3 and 4, and they're 32 and 31 now. No. Yeah, they're 32 and 31 now. All right, Jeffrey. Well, I gotta go cook breakfast, I guess. So, remember, y'all, the world's a better place because y'all are in it. Please don't ever forget it. And I love y'all so much. Y'all take care. Bye.